Hello everybody, Ashes101 here, and a very warm welcome to another episode from the KrankyKraft server. And yeah, obviously we're at the labyrinth again, and if you have a look you will see a lot of little patches of nether brick. I have been a busy little beaver once again. Yes, first of all I want to thank everybody who participated in last episode's feedback request. Thank you very much for all your votes, and in the end it was an easy call. It seemed like it was a landslide victory for Design B of the two. So it was basically unanimous. So as you can see, here we are close to, well, right next to white base here, quartz base. So obviously in here we've got the little quartz blocks put in there to so that if you're running through here you will know you're close by to it. Most places had a pretty standard corridor section length. This is the standard one, if you like. And the only real note on Design B that I was given, the only real suggestion, which kind of came in two forms, was one person, I think it might have been BDA, suggested that the coloured one just went in alternate spots rather than in every single one, having a quartz in all three middle ones there. And I like that idea because that means you have the consistency of the nether brick going down there as well. Still looks good, and obviously it still gets the message across, you know, white base. So I like that one as well. And there was another sort of just generic suggestion as well, to not overcomplicate things, and not get too elaborate, and that kind of simplifies things again. I think it stops it looking too messy. If we look in this section here, this section was 6 instead of 7 long, so that's the way I went with there, was to have the central bit with 2 fences, but obviously that only gives you 2 spots there, and you can't really have one quartz and one not, or, well, the other colours, green or red or blue. So they both are, but obviously you have a bit more of the grey and purpley sort of nether brick colour in there anyway. And then anywhere where there was shorter bits there, you can see a 4 section. I've been consistent throughout, so that's 2 of those together, fenced off by the cobble fence either side. If we have a run through here, this should give you a good view. This is there's a lot longer section here, you see. So there we go again. That's an even number there in that row, obviously. So 2 central ones there. So just simple little solutions on each section, because so many of them do end up being different lengths, where they're all approaching junctions, corners and things like that. But it all is consistent, and I've been right the way through. I've been really busy. Oh, I don't want to look up there. This room is being worked on. I don't know if he's recording it or well, that gives it away that it's not me. But yeah, somebody else is working on that room, and I don't know if they're recording it, and I don't want to spoil anything, so I won't show that. But yeah, as you can see, it's all done, all of it. All the straight sections of corridor are done. The only bit I am really missing out on now is the what do you call them? Staircases. All the staircases I've been working on now, because I'd basically left them because you couldn't have the stair and the pillar borders, so I'd left them as they were anyway. And but now I can go back to them. Here we go. So here's one that's not been worked on, you see. So this is how I'd left it when I put in the pillars and the stair borders and the lighting, roof lighting and stuff. You know, I just left these because I wasn't 100% sure on what to do with them. But I was given inspiration, if you like, by the comments on not overcomplicating things, and keeping it simple. So if we head back over this way, I will show you what's been. Here we go. Yeah, here's one that is halfway complete. So this shows you what I've been doing on the walls. So I didn't want to overcomplicate it, and I thought, you know what, if I try and somehow get the cobble fences going on a diagonal bit as well, it's just going to be messy, because what are you going to do? You're going to put one there, but then then it's adjoining a stair that's not a full block, and so okay, so put it up there, and then that's adjoining a stair. It wouldn't work. So I put these in, and there you go, bang, simple, straightforward, consistent with the theme, looks good. This that bit's not finished though, because there's still even torches in it, but on our way through, let's show you this. Here we go, check it out. You'll recognise this, of course, as the room we were working on last episode, and like I said, all the top section was going to be dependent on what happened with the corridors. I was going to keep it consistent with the corridor pattern, so that's all been put in too now, and look at that. I think it looks really good. I'm really happy with how it turned out. I think it looks really smart. In the daytime, you can see if I zoom in here, there you go, you can see that the use of the stair blocks actually gives a nice little lighting effect there as well. That's just a coincidental, that wasn't by design. And then in the roof as well, you'll see I went with a mixture of the two main ideas that I had. One was to put in a pattern in the roof using the stone slabs, so I've gone with that, and a bit of lighting as well, just to bring it colour as much as anything else. And it was quite dark obviously on the ceiling too, so just to brighten it up a little bit and not make it too drab. And then the other idea was the use of a dome, so I've put that in as well. So there we go. Flash of colour from the emeralds, but not overdone, I don't think. Some more lighting, because obviously again it was very dark up there, and you didn't really get the effect of the dome anyway when it was all dark. So yeah, that just brings it out. It also, this might get covered up by what we're going to do today, but it gives a nice little kind of spotlight effect there on the floor. And it gives a nice sort of alternating light effect on the wall. I don't know how much it'll come out in the video, but there's kind of light and dark patches, even more noticeable I think at night when you don't have the just the light gently leaking in from in between those stair blocks there. But yeah, anyway, it looks really nice. Yeah, I think the lighting in this room is great. I really like it. It gives a lot of character to the room, and that's basically, all of the exterior of the room finished. This whole bit up here, this is all done. And the only bit we need to do, and that's what we're going to work on today, is down in that centre bit there. This is another thing I like as well. I think works out really nice. So you see this wall there, that's about 12 or 13 blocks high, I think, that wall. And there's basically every single row has got a different block on it. That's not the same as the block above or below it, and yet I don't think it looks cluttered. I don't think it looks too busy. It's pretty much based around the line of the emerald blocks along there and the nether brick along there. There's kind of two main stripes horizontally, and I think it's broken up nicely, and I think it looks really smart. I'm actually really pleased with it. If we pop around here, I have a feeling there's a section. Yeah, here we go. Here's a section of stairs that I've finished. So this obviously is not near a base one, not leading to a base, this corridor, so it's got the standard nether brick, and then I'll put lights in the floor here. That helped solve a couple of issues. First of all, putting lights in the ceiling up there, it was very difficult to get enough light down onto here. You'd end up with just the edge ones just being too dim, so it didn't really work that great. But also what it gives you, this not only lights all the blocks up we need nicely, but what it also does is it's a really strong visual indicator of a staircase, just differentiates it. So as you're coming along and you see those in the ground, you've hit a staircase. I know it's kind of, you can see there's a staircase there, but it stops everything from, just because it is brick, It just stops everything from being too grey. You know, I think if you were running around, you know, you panicked, you're spinning around fast like this, you know, it could soon get confusing. So these visual indicators all over the place in various formats in here just let you know where you are and what's happening. So yeah, very happy with that. Ow. So what we're going to work on in this episode, though, having given you one of my elaborate updates, which takes up half the episode, is this bit down here. This is the only bit that's not finished in this room, so we're going to try and finish this up this episode, and we're going to move on. This will be one room finished, done. So what we're going to do here, if you haven't seen the room design before, because I know it's been shown once or twice in videos, mine and other people's, but you basically, there's going to be some walls in here, which just provide cover to people who are down on this lower section, because otherwise this will just become a killing field. You've got green base, that there, where those torches are there, that's basically green base, okay? So they're going to be coming out of here and straight into here. Now, at the start of a match, that's absolutely fine, because nobody from any other base has got time to get to here and be firing arrows at these people before they've had time to get up here. So that's fine at the start of a match. What I'm thinking of, though, is during a match, this room could easily become a killing field. No, just down there, if it's coverless. So we're going to provide some cover to balance the room. So the first thing is, I haven't got it all figured out because this room is bigger than my original design. So we're just gonna go along together and try and figure it out. And if it's taking too long, we'll cut back, because this room will be finished this episode, I promise. So the first thing is, people coming in here, they need to be covered primarily from that side, I'm thinking, first of all. So I don't want to make it too easy, though. There needs to be gaps. People need to be vulnerable. So where do we want? That seems good. That seems good. So along here, I'm not gonna worry too much if I lose the half slabs on the floor. And the way we're doing it is with emerald blocks. Down there, but I won't pop them in yet. Let's mess about. Let's figure out the positioning first. Because what I don't want to do, in fact, I'll tell you what. Let's just give myself some slabs here, actually. Not too many. That'll do. Ooh, double click. Love him 1.5. Right, I'll only make that 2, because what I don't want to do, I don't want to make it too easy for players to run straight along this line here. Because then what you're going to be looking at is that this side of the room won't get used at all. Because of where it is so close to a base, it's not a viable place to put a reward chest in there or anything like that. So I don't want it to be that there's no reason for this part of the room to ever get used. I want to encourage players that a really good way to go in this room would be kind of an arc like this kind of thing. Obviously there is some reason to go up to here anyway, because if you've got shooters up there, this is the place to get to them from by shooting arrows through that gap there. So we want to make sure people have got cover for that as well. So let's see, a little short 2 section there, that conceals people from there. Yeah. And then maybe one going across, but just a little bit further out. Something like that, just so that there's some cover from those guys, but perhaps, yeah, we'll have a look. That might just still enable them to, a good player to arch arrows over. So we like that, that's good, yeah. And then, so I'd go up against this one, then I'd be trying to get across here, so I don't want to be vulnerable from there, so we want another one coming across. Probably different shapes, don't want just all straight. So let's see, something like like an L shape type thing there. Yeah, that's good. A little bit of protection from anyone getting over into that corner on the stairway there. Very nice, very nice. Okay, and that's kind of, I can see here I'm creating a corridor, see? That's exactly what I wanted, that's good. Okay, so next up, let's go along this edge. We want probably something like this. Yeah, see these ones are pretty close. So you'll be able to shoot at them through this gap, but also, yeah, see if you climb up on there, you'd be able to, the guys up here can get to them too. But if they're from here, they wouldn't be able to see them there with a wall there. Very good. You'll get a better visualization of this as I put them in. In fact, okay, right, go on. We'll put them in as we go. It's just that I'll have to drop down there and retrieve the emerald blocks if I move them. Because we're going to do this. This just adds a bit of colour down here. It makes it nice and easy in the dark for everybody to see exactly where the walls are. Stops it all blending together. There we go. And then we're going to have, let's see, 2 high. Like so. Yeah, that's perfect. I'm trying to remember my own design. And then these will be, oops, these will be capped off as well with half slabs. Oh, which might be awkward to put on now, actually. Can you jump? Yeah, you can reach. Okay. Hup, hup. There, there, and there. There, there, and there. And then this one. This is... Woo! Not the most efficient way. There we go. That should be right anyway. Alright, so this is what we're looking at. See, looking pretty cool. Looking pretty cool. And you're still getting the lighting effect on the floor there, see? From the lights above. I like that. I like that. Okay, let's take a look. Let's see how vulnerable that makes people. Yeah, see? So, right, imagine player coming from that corridor where the workbench is. So they run in, and they're going to hide behind that one. They're going to move to that one. They're going to move to that one. Yeah, very nice. Very nice. So we want, straight away I'm seeing we want something in this area. And we probably want something horizontal that way, but like I say, I don't want to make it too easy for players to go that way. I want that whole bit there, I want pretty exposed. So, you know, if this room is clear, you know, you come in here and it looks clear, no problem. You don't have to go through a maze or anything to get up there. You can just run straight through. But if there is a battle going on in here, then you don't want people just running straight through. Want it to be a bit of a you know, a case where you have to fight your way across the room. You have to earn it to get up here. And the guys up here have a job defending as well. Interesting, interesting. Very good. So we wanted something in this area anyway, didn't we? And we definitely want something going horizontally this way. I'm liking the gaps between them. You're gonna have to sprint run there, and I'm thinking what I'm thinking is when you get to here, it's pretty exposed to that side. Oh, but I guess it's not too bad. I guess it's not too bad. How about something kind of keep that natural but really loose sort of corridor feel. I feel like that's the right sort of location. Have you ever seen anyone agonize so much about each individual block break? I have 5 minutes of video. Let's take out a half slab. Come back in 10 minutes when I'll take this one out. No, but it is important. This is the crux of the room, though. We've done all the pretty decoration, but this is gameplay now. This is gameplay, so it is important. It's got to be right. That coming along this way. I'm just making an attempt at catching them, but it doesn't matter, to be honest, if they fall. There, and you can always go around this side to hide from there. See, this is good. If you're hiding from one side, you're exposed to another side. That's good. There's nowhere that's completely safe. See, this is pretty safe as you enter the room here. Just here. Yeah, I'm pretty covered. And I've only just entered the room, so that's fair. But if I come to here, I'm safe from the guys on that side, but I can be got at from that side. If I hide around the end of it here, I'm safe from that side, but I can be got to from that side. I like that. That's going to encourage players to keep moving. Something like that. That's probably as big as it wants to get, isn't it? I don't want stalemates in the labyrinth, you know. It's okay if you have, you know, like a big battle going on for a particular room, but you don't want a stalemate. You don't want a situation where you know, you got 2 or 3 guys on each side just in this room for ages shooting arrows at each other and not getting anywhere. You want a constantly flowing game. That's what we're after with the labyrinth. That's nice. Yeah. Do we want something here? This side's kind of empty. Do we want something there? Just to enable people to get a bit closer to this wall. That's what I'm thinking. Something just a straight horizontal. Something like that. Yeah. Slapping down these emerald blocks. Like there's no tomorrow. Man. I feel guilty using them. It does look so good. And it is the right place to use them. You know. It looks really great, but it's it's like, you know, when it's like buyer's remorse. That's what it's like. You know, when you buy something really expensive, but you just it feels good, but it feels wrong. Yeah. It's looking nice. And here's my little route. You know, I was saying I wanted to lead players around that way. There's the route. That's great. Okay. And I'm thinking we perhaps just want one more sort of bit round here that perhaps gives another option of coming round this way. So it would want to be about there, and it would want to come in this direction. Yeah, and that directly prevents the straight run through. But how I don't want to cut it off completely. So yeah, you can still get through that side. Yeah, that's fine. Doesn't really slow you down. Is there any reason why they have to be just one wall? Could have something like that. Right, yep. I think that'll be it. Let's just finish this off and stand back. And then hopefully that's it. And I can stop using emerald blocks everywhere. I would really love to have some to give back to Kranky. After all he donated basically all of them. Except for a handful that the rest of us came up with. That looks good. You know, I'm happy with that. That's right. That gives us the direct run through that way. That gives us the path leading up and around this way. and that gives us an alternate path coming that way. That's kind of half the distance of the two. Yeah. That seems good. Might come down to obviously some play testing, just to make sure that there is enough cover there. If not, shouldn't be a problem, because I mean, you raise these walls up by 1 block, that provides a lot more coverage. You could do things like put a little canopy, like bring that out one. Show you. So you could do something like that, and that just provides a lot more cover from the arrows above. So that will make these positions stronger if they need to be. So yeah, I think that does it. Let's just take a look at the room as a whole. This is about the most sort of central point you can. And look at that. This is what I'm talking about. Eventually, every room should be up to this standard. And you've seen the extent of the labyrinth. It's going to be quite the thing when it's all finished. Yeah, I'm happy with that. I'm going to call this room done. So yeah, I think that'll just about do us for the episode as well. So this room done. Pretty much corridors have all got this pattern installed in the walls now, and it's just the stair areas that are still being worked on there. Let's go through this. This isn't a corridor. This is technically part of this room up here. So that's not been done with the corridor decor. Where are we at? Here we are. Blue base. I know that because I saw some lapis. Let's see. Let's run around this way. Just I know you should just take my word for it. I don't feel the need to prove to you that I've done it all, but I have. There will still be some finishing touches to the corridors to be done. I've got 1 or 2 little ideas still rolling around in my brain, but I'm conscious of this idea of not making them any busier than they are. I think we've got the right balance here. I think they look good. And it will just be minor details, one of which you already know about will be just adding in some mossy and some cracked brick stones here and there, just to give the effect of age for it, which yeah, I think that'll work nicely. And like I say, that'll do us. So, thank you very much for watching, guys. I've been Ashes101. Am I still Steve? No, I'm me again. Yay! Yeah, thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.